When you consider this newsstand craze and the difference between the direct market copy and that barcode, it really started last year, around the time we started covering this list. And back then, we even said it on the mic multiple times, it's reserved for the 9.8s. It's reserved for those leading blue chip books and the height of the market in grade. But now we're seeing it trickle down to the 9.6, specifically with this ASM 300, which is historical, don't get me wrong. But we're talking about barcode versus grade at this point, and not all comics are alike.
Yeah, you know what's funny about the whole newsstand craze is I did a video about 1.5 years ago, Zorro, hit him with the link, talking about that newsstands do go for a premium more than the direct market counterparts, typically in a 9.8 only. And I feel like no later than a few weeks after I made that video, newsstands started breaking records in every grade. And I gotta say, I feel like it's just collectors hearing that newsstands are worth more and people are overspending on newsstand copies that aren't reserved for the high grade 9.8s, maybe even 9.6s.
Well, when you consider that neither leading grading company keeps track of direct market copies or newsstand copies, you are forced to then look on eBay what's listed and what has sold, the historical record, to figure out scarcity of these particular collectibles. When you look at the newsstand 9.8, and you're hunting for one, it takes a long time for them to come up, which gives reason to why they will sell for, at times, double than their direct market counterpart. Let's take a look at the 9.6 of ASM 300. In the last 90 days, we've seen over 63 direct market copies hit eBay, with a lonely 8 that were available in a newsstand edition. Current listings show 20 direct market copies with only 1 newsstand available. Given those numbers, it gives reason to why members would then start to look at 9.6s in a newsstand copy as a favorable purchase because the 9.8s are so scarce. However, when you look at grades below that number, really 9.2 and below, there is a clear difference in availability. It's way easier to secure a newsstand, which for me makes it not as exciting nor an indicator of more value. As members look lower and lower on that grading list, they're essentially comparing barcode versus grade. And I'm hesitant to do that beyond the 9.6.
I still think the premium should be reserved for the 9.8. There are a ton of beat up newsstand copies out there. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. And let's talk about some ASM honorable mentions that all broke records this week. We got Amazing Spider-Man 50, the first appearance of the Kingpin, a CGC 9.2, which sold for $5,040 in May, is up 79%, now selling for $9,000. Then we got the ASM #1, first in title, a CGC 4.5, sold for $11,040 in February, and that's up 56%, now selling for $17,200.
Then we have ASM 129, the first appearance of the Punisher, back in March, going for $2,500 in a CGC 7.5, up 40%, now selling for $3,500.